Welcome to the most listened to golf in the world, the Fairways of Life show, on air, online, and around the world, with the most candid interviews, unforgettable stories, taking you beyond the ropes. Here's your host, New York Times best-selling author, Matt Adams.
As we welcome you into the Fairways of Life show, pleasure to have your company from wherever you are joining us around the globe today. So I think we're at a point where we can start to ask the question, are we in a modern golden age of golf right now? Think about some of the things that have taken place already. Here we have Scottie Scheffler, with the history that he is authoring, winning 2 major championships this year, second consecutive year that we've had a player win 2 major championships. What we saw from Lottie Wood, not only winning the Women's Irish as the world's #1 ranked amateur, but then she decides, okay, after finishing a stroke out of the playoff at the Avion, that I'm going to go ahead and turn professional. And she wins her professional debut. It was a co-sanctioned event, so it's not only LPGA, but it's also an LET victory. And against this backdrop where we have emerging stars, established stars like world #1, when it comes to Scottie, we also have emerging stars right before our eyes. And I realize that when it comes to signature events and the focus on the stars, I'm one who believes that when we have a chance to see the game in its purest form, meaning you eat what you kill, you have to make the cut to put yourself in a position, we've been able to see some incredible golf from some relatively new names that have established themselves on the PGA Tour. A couple of those names are on the Fairways of Life show today, and I'm super excited to welcome our first. Ryan Gerard, coming off a recent victory on the PGA Tour. Yes, it is a breakthrough. He's won 3 times, in fact, amongst the professional ranks, including that 2025 Barracuda. He's won on the Korn Ferry Tour. He's won the PGA Tour Canada. 47 PGA Tour starts in all, 6 career top 10s. And his 2025 has been crazy good. 9 top 25s, 4 top 10s, including a tie for 8th at the PGA Championship. He was a runner-up at the Valero Texas Open, too. Plus his first PGA Tour victory, as I mentioned to you, at the Barracuda. That was the event that was opposite the Open at Royal Portrush. Currently, he's number 29 in FedEx Cup standings. That's what I'm referring to. We're watching someone ascend right before our eyes. He's reached number 50 in the official World Golf rankings. UNC alum. He turns 26 in only 4 days. Pleasure to welcome to the show. Ryan, how you doing? A pre-happy birthday to you a few days out.
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me. Loving it so far.
What changed? What was the flip of the switch for you that gave you, amongst other things, obviously the confidence to be able to play at the level that you are right now?
I think just a lot of people in my life have been really, really positive to me, and I've played a lot of good golf over the last 5 to 10 years, and just tried to get incrementally better and learn from the mistakes and learn from experience. And when I get opportunities, to make sure that I kind of slam the door on them. So it's been a long time of just kind of a lot of work, a lot of learning, but it's nice when it all comes full circle.
I want to ask you about the PGA Championship this year. To do what you did at the PGA Championship, the lead after round 1, et cetera, what was going through you to this point? You just talked about how it's learning, you learn from it, and you carry it forward. But what was it like when it was actually happening? What were your emotions as you were in the middle of that fray?
I mean, it's scary. It's cool. It's like everything you dream of. That feeling kind of when you're in a position that you've only ever thought might be possible, like in a dream, or when you sit at night and you think about what would be the most cool thing that could possibly happen to you on a golf course. So, I mean, your heart's beating fast. You can't really feel like your hands very well. your legs are a little shaky. Um, just a lot of stuff like that where, you feel comfortable but uncomfortable at the same time. And I feel like you learn a lot about yourself um, when you're uncomfortable in a situation that you want to be in.
And what do you default to when you're uncomfortable in a situation that you otherwise wanted to be in? When you said you have trouble feeling your hands and your legs are shaking, where does your body go? Is that when the endless hours of practice start to kick in and innately your body does what it's capable of?
Yeah, it's basically all kind of like muscle memory takes over. Lots of hours of hitting shots, um, really like key swing thoughts, or just focusing on one or two things to kind of recenter, refocus, and get all that energy working in a positive way instead of a nervous way.
And do you have, when you talk about swing thoughts, do you have like maybe one or two go to swing thoughts, or does it change based upon the game that you bring to the course that day or week?
I basically have one, and it's starting my left shoulder, turning around my spine, and I kind of like narrow that down a little bit to maybe being more like start your shoulder. Because there's only really a small amount of time right before slash during the golf swing that you can kind of think about anything. And that's kind of what I've narrowed down to recently, and it's been working. Um, but you can't think about 10 different things and expect to hit a good golf shot. You're just going to be overwhelmed. So.
Incredible. Do you work with anybody from a sports psychology standpoint?
Yeah, I do. I have a really great sports psychologist. Her name's Haley Hughes. Um, when I was at UNC, she was working kind of with the athletic department there, helping some of the athletes. And once I left school, and she ended up starting her own practice. So I've been lucky enough that I've been working with her for about 6 years or so, and just really helps kind of like understand because she played college hockey, so she gets the competitive aspect, but she really helps me understand when I'm in a position that I feel uncomfortable in, or when I'm in a position where I'm not sure what's going on, uh, that I really just need to trust myself and control what I can control. There's a lot of variables in golf that are beyond the control of the person swinging the club. Like as soon as the ball leaves club face, it's everything's up to whatever could possibly happen. So to just be okay with the result, focus on the process, and just try and do the best that I can do at every given moment. And when I do that, I can't really get mad. I can't really uh, be upset about the result. Obviously, the result's the only thing that matters, but if you control your process and you do everything possibly that you can do, I mean, that's as much as you can ask for.
Right. What comes first, at least for you? Uh, Confidence or is it execution? Do you know understand what I'm saying? Is all of a sudden you start hitting some really good shots, edges, everything's working here, and your confidence builds on it, or did you have the confidence coming in just in light of this conversation of understanding the process and being where your feet are? Which direction did it work for you?
It's got to be confidence first. I mean, you can build confidence in practice. You can build confidence in practice rounds, money games, chipping contests, whatever it might be. But if you don't feel like you're going to step up and execute that shot in a tournament, you don't really have a chance to execute it. So you got to be able to just kind of push all the negative thoughts to the side, really lock in on what you can do, and just sit there and block everything else out and just focus on hitting one good shot at a time, and just understanding that the most important swing that you're going to make is the one that you're about to.
Is it true that you learn more in what you fail to accomplish than what you learn when you accomplish your dream?
I'd like to think so. Um, Maybe that's just for me, but uh, when you win, when you accomplish dreams, like it's awesome. It's fantastic. But I don't really do a whole lot of like reflecting on the great shots that I hit. You kind of can go back and say how cool of a shot that was or how awesome it looked in the air, but when I go and I talk about getting better, when I go and I talk about um, learning, it's always from moments that I fell short or things that I didn't do that I should have, or um, just not fully committing to a shot at a key moment. So I think you learn a lot from the times that you come just short instead of the times that you fail miserably. You can write the ones that are miscuts off just because um, sometimes you just don't have it. And a part of getting better, maturing, and growing as a person and as a player is um, kind of raising that floor of your game so that those off weeks become better. But it's when you feel like you're playing decent or you feel like you're playing good and you get in a situation where everything is nervy and you have an opportunity to do something special and you don't quite get it done, that's when you can draw a lot of positives from, but also go out and really understand that there is learning in there. There is a kind of like a golden ticket hidden in there that you got to go find.
When you think about a victory on the PGA Tour, and I'm assuming, and I'm curious about this too, that you win on the PGA Tour. In fact, you were the 999th person to win on the PGA Tour. I'm not sure if you realize that. So less than 1,000 people all time have accomplished what you've accomplished. You will carry that with you forevermore. No matter what happens, you're a winner on the PGA Tour. Did you give yourself the time, the gratitude, the moment to kind of reflect on the significance of what you did?
Yes, but it wasn't until much later. I mean, it didn't feel real at first. Had a couple like ceremonies, interviews, sponsor things. So it was all kind of like right there all at once, and it was awesome. But it didn't really sink in until kind of the next morning, sitting in the hotel room, kind of like stuff everywhere, like golf clubs unpacked, suitcase, whatever. Got to check out at 11 a.m. and just kind of sitting there, and it's like um, I worked my entire life to get to the PGA Tour, to give myself a chance to win, and it was really just a dream to be a winner. And the fact that I accomplishment, or the fact that I accomplished that, and that accomplishment, you know, feels so fulfilling, but it also feels so empty. It wasn't exactly what I expected. It was something that was amazing, but just kind of like eats at you a little bit to get the next one, to go out there and um, make sure that it's not the only one that you get. And I think I find that I hate losing more than I love winning. And I think there's a lot of people like that kind of in competitive professional sports.
Yeah.
Um, but it makes you really kind of like cherish that moment of just calmness when you're kind of sitting there for 5, 10 minutes, just really soaking in kind of how cool of an accomplishment it was. Because after that, just mentally, I feel like it's kind of back to it, and I really I really hate losing, and I want to make sure that that's not the only time that I collect a win on the PGA Tour.
Awesome stuff. Amazing stuff. When you mentioned when you came back to the room, there's golf clubs everywhere, golf gloves, clothes, blah, blah, blah. Is that the normal state of your hotel room?
Sometimes. Yeah, there's a unmade bed behind me right now in Greensboro. I I live out of hotels basically, so I wouldn't say that I have any sort of system. My clothes kind of just stay in my suitcase and then kind of migrate around the suitcase. Just like organized chaos around the suitcase. And then at the end of the week, when I bring the golf clubs in and um, I'm packing everything, it just becomes a little bit chaos. So, yeah, it gets that way sometimes.
Did you ever mispack? You get to the tournament, all of a sudden you don't have a shirt for Sunday, or you didn't have the trousers that you hope to have?
Rarely. I think a lot of it is like you'll forget like socks or something. You just completely forget them, and it stinks. It's awful. You gotta scrounge around. Um, I packed a pair of socks that had a hole in them in Detroit a couple weeks ago, and I had to get Pepsi to run into the pro shop and buy socks like 45 minutes before tea time. Um, but I think a lot of it is just, we're so lucky as PGA Tour players. It's really one phone call and anything I need. Like I have a bunch of great partners that can kind of help me out in a pinch, get me something within a day or two. So as long as I realize it by Monday, uh, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, I'm ready to rock.
Hey, migrating clothes and holes in your socks just makes you more human to all of us. Ryan, hang with me. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, I want to talk to Ryan more about some other human things, particularly when it relates to the best players in the world, of which he now numbers. As I told you about, the all-time number is less than 1,000 winning on the PGA Tour. It's kind of head-scratching when you think about it. But I'm curious about how players at his level, especially when you have that kind of competitive drive, do you judge yourself against the number that you shoot? And at what point does maturity start to take over and go, you know what? I don't have to be perfect in order to perform, because that's exactly how he won his first PGA Tour event. More of the Fairways of Life show coming up right after this. Folks, don't forget, BenHoganGolf.com is back, and I know all of you would love to be playing clubs with the iconic signature of that icon, Ben Hogan, etched right in the metal. Check it out today. Beautiful array of irons. They have the brand new PTX line of driver and fairway metals and hybrids. There is something for you at Ben Hogan Golf. Why not be a legend yourself? Back with more after this.
Head down, water down the left, bunker down the right, take the club straight back.
Wandering minds, when golfers lose their focus, they're totally... Four! But Bridgestone can help. Introducing Mindset. The ball scientifically designed to keep you focused. First, identify your target. Next, visualize your shot path.
And then focus on the green dot and smooth one.
Play the Tour B and E12 with Mindset technology.
You see what happens when we work together? Stuff like that.
FlightScope Mevo Plus is the ultimate indoor and outdoor golf launch monitor and simulator. It gives you the club and ball data you need with the accuracy you demand. Mevo Plus comes with ownership of simulated golf courses for you to play and practice at home. Mevo Plus is an essential golf partner to help you improve and understand your game better. Put more purpose in your practice. To learn more and get your Mevo Plus, shop now at flightscope.com.
Golfers today are a different breed.
Who? Me?
We see the game in a different way.
We all have our own style.
We swing our own swing.
But we have one thing in common.
We are all about the details.
Introducing the Revel line of grips from Superstroke. With 3 distinct offerings to choose from, the Revel is in the details.
Our journey began with a simple yet powerful vision to provide the world with the highest quality Virginia-type peanuts. The Hubbard Peanut Company, where quality and tradition meet to create an unforgettable experience. Visit hubspeanuts.com to explore our full range of products and place your order today.
Middle market businesses are facing unprecedented shifts, which demand tailored solutions and decisive action. RSM stands as the unwavering leader of the middle market, empowering you to take charge of change and conquer this era of transformation. RSM. Experience the power of being understood.
As we welcome you back to the Fairways of Life show, Matt Adams here with you. Dom and Andrew are behind the glass today. Our guest is Ryan Gerard, coming off a recent victory on the PGA Tour, breakthrough victory at that. That breakthrough victory will earn him starts into the Century, the Players, and the PGA Championship amongst his spoils. When you think about that, Ryan, you know, this kind of goes back to that same thing. It wasn't until a day later that it kind of, the realization of what you accomplished kind of hit you. How fast did it hit everybody else in your orbit?
I think everyone was pretty psyched immediately. I mean, I didn't know it, but my agent flew in. He was there on property for the last 9 holes or so, and I had no idea. Um, my caddy, Pepsi's been doing it for a very long time, and I think he was pretty ecstatic because I don't think he'd won in a few years, so this was nice for him to kind of get back into it. And then um, family, friends, everyone rooting me on really, really hard. And there were a lot of kind of nervous moments for him, but I think hopefully it was tears of joy in the end because I know my mom was watching, freaking out, and
That's awesome.
everyone kind of around was very, very nervous. But I'm glad that it worked out nicely for everyone.
It's amazing. What's the story? Instead of me recounting it, I'm going to ask you to tell it yourself, if you would, please. What happened with you and Ben Griffin in the communication before the event about heading to Royal Portrush or playing in this?
Yeah, so I was playing the Scottish Open um, the week prior to the Open, and I played so bad that I got to play in the last group on Sunday off of 10. So like literally the other side because they did a little split tee because of some fog that came through. So I played so bad that I was playing dead last just on the opposite side of the golf course. And couldn't get a flight out Sunday night, had to fly Monday. Flew Monday, was like fifth or sixth alternate for the Open. Wasn't gonna get in. And then couple people withdrew, someone else got injured. All of a sudden, I land in New York halfway through my flights, and I'm second alternate. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh gosh, I don't know if I can skip the opportunity to play in a major, especially one as cool as the Open Championship. But, you know, a lot of people already withdrew, have some people on the ground telling me it's not a whole lot of positive kind of news for my direction, positive for everyone that no one's really hurt, but
Mhm.
for me, not a whole lot of opportunities to get in this field, I think. And texted Ben, texted a couple guys, my caddy Pepsi, he was texting some caddies, kind of keeping in touch with the RNA people, and just kind of figured, go to Reno, try and prepare for the Barracuda, but if for some reason end up first alternate by Tuesday night, I'd catch a flight somewhere that I could get a direct flight to Belfast and go from there. So ended up not needing to get to that, and I unfortunately would have stayed second alternate. So I'm sorry for Sam Stevens. He was first and he didn't get in, but he had a great week last week to hopefully make up for it.
Sure.
And just it worked out. It worked out well for me that I kind of stuck to my guns. I really liked playing at that golf course in Barracuda. Played there a few years ago, finished top five, and kind of had some good mojo. And I felt like my game was in a good spot. So it was just a matter of time before I pieced it all together. And I'm happy I made that decision. And it was a tough one, but it clearly was the right one. And I became very okay with whatever was going to happen Tuesday evening. I was kind of at peace with the decision that I made, and I think that that served me well in the long run.
Did Ben send you "I told you so" text?
Yeah, there were a couple I told you so's. There were a couple, see, you should never not listen to me. And we played yesterday afternoon at Wyndham, and you know, he's a really good buddy of mine. When I was a freshman at UNC, he was a senior, so I've known him for forever and been really good friends for a while, and uh, kind of that good-natured banter that you can only get with some of your close buddies, where you never really want to give them props. It's always kind of giving them a hard time, but deep down, everyone knows. Uh, he was super pumped for me. I've been just beyond ecstatic for him at the season that he's having and his wins that he's racked up. So, it's been really cool.
Has that been motivation for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want him to feel like he can just run me over, and he's been giving it to me pretty good so far this year, and I got to fight back a little bit here at the end, try and catch him in some way, shape or form. But he's been playing fantastic, and uh, I love the kid. He's fantastic, but I don't want him to beat me. Like, just absolutely do not want him to beat me.
You are 29th in FedEx Cup points. It's head shaking when you think about it. You're playing this week, and hopefully you're going to have a run ahead of you in those playoffs. What is your mindset as we sit here on the eve of the Wyndham Championship and heading into the FedEx Cup playoffs?
I think right now for me, there's a lot of really cool opportunities, but I don't really have anything to lose. I mean, I think I'm going to be in Memphis next week. I think mathematically I'm pretty much good for BMW. Um, Eastlake would be an absolute bonus, and they got rid of the starting strokes at Eastlake, so you know, for someone like me that could just sneak in kind of under the radar and start dead even with Scotty, I mean, it's kind of a perfect year for someone to come in and shake things up. So I have absolutely nothing to lose, and I don't say that in a way that's like, other people do have things to lose, but um, I shouldn't be here this season. I mean, coming off the Corn Ferry Tour, it's really hard to just keep your card, especially in a year where there's only 100 jobs instead of 125. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, game feels solid, been working hard. Um, feel like, we've been trending for a while, and it's nice to piece the results together, but love to finish the season on a high note and go out and do some damage.
Before I ask you about your sponsors, which is our way, Ryan, of saying thank you to you for spending some time with us, I got a couple other questions I want to ask you. First of all, from the standpoint of not self-editing, not holding yourself back, but putting yourself in a mindset of being completely wide open to possibilities, have you allowed yourself the thought that the run that you're on, and as well as you're playing with the amount of events that are left before the decisions on captain's picks for a Ryder Cups, that maybe?
No, not really. I haven't really thought too much about that one. I mean, it'd be really cool to play a Ryder Cup, and um, I'd love to maybe definitely now, but at some point in the future. But I got more work to do to make that one happen. I don't think anyone really has me on their short list of guys for captain's picks, and just go out, keep piecing together good results, and that could change. But right now, no. I just gotta go. I gotta go play better to make that one happen.
Good. I hope you do. I mean, I hope you go out and win the next two events, and the conversation is unavoidable. I do want to ask you this, though, before that sponsor's question that I promise you I'll ask, and that is, now that you're on the PGA Tour, and you obviously know that you're now the CEO of your own brand, and it is a global brand once you make it onto the PGA Tour, what do you want the message of your brand, the Ryan Gerard brand, to be to the world?
Work hard, have fun, fight for every shot. Um, just kind of go out there and live out your dreams. I mean, I've been dreaming of playing on the PGA Tour since as long as I can remember, since I picked up a golf club. And it's really, really cool that that dream has become a reality. and hopefully will stay a reality for a very long time. And I had the opportunity to do so many cool things, and take care of my family, take care of people close to me, and just really kind of compete at the highest level. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. So we're just gonna go out there, not take anything for granted, and try and make the most of every opportunity we get.
Absolutely love it. Love the philosophy. Okay, to that question, the people and the companies that you've surrounded yourself to make you what you are, who are they?
Peter Millar, they've done great by me. Scott Mahoney's he's awesome. He's in charge. His son and I played on the same high school golf team, so it's
Awesome.
kind of insane how that worked out. But I've known them for forever, so it was a very no-brainer for them to come on and help me. Berkeley Capital, Rob Carter and the guys in Charlotte, they do a great job. Just kind of keeping me grounded, helping me out, making sure that when I played Quail Hollow, there was quite a few people out supporting, and Titleist, FootJoy, Scotty Cameron, Vokey, all those guys in the Acushnet family, they've done a fantastic job. Just making sure that, as dumb as I am sometimes when it comes to golf clubs, or as silly as the requests that I have, to kind of walk me through them, or make anything that I could possibly think of from an equipment or clothing standpoint happen.
Dude, you got to ask FootJoy to send you some new socks too, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Every Thursday that I have a hole in them, they'll get a call.
It was great talking to you. We're really excited about the run that you're on, proud of what you're doing, and we wish you the very, very best.
Thank you so much.
It was awesome. All right, folks, when we come back, we are not done yet. Remember this whole conversation when we started the show this morning, and I said, yeah, we're getting a chance to meet players that are on the ascent right in front of your eyes. That is the direction that we will continue when we come back. Don't forget, it may not be necessary for you to get a new driver. It might just be about a new golf shaft. Newton golf shafts are unique in the world of golf right now. Because of their elongated bend profile, you can actually feel load at the top of your golf swing. And I know for many people, it may be the first time that you've ever actually felt load at the top of your golf swing. That is where all that energy comes smashing into the golf ball. And it's not just for the best in the world, although the best in the world are using these Newton shafts. We're talking about long drive champions. It's a huge hit on the PGA Tour champions. It can be for you as well, so that you can hit it huge. Check it out today. Newton golf shafts are waiting for you. When we come back, we'll be waiting for you, because we're going to be joined by yet another player on the PGA Tour that's been making some noise.
In Ireland, golf is more than just a game. Come and experience our world-famous links courses and our world-famous Parkland courses, all set alongside world-famous scenery. And visit our world-famous historic sites. And while you're here, enjoy our world-famous hospitality. Fill your heart with Ireland at ireland.com/golf.
Ben Hogan Golf Equipment is back. Established in 1953, we serve golfers who demand excellence of their equipment. Designed by the game's best engineers, forged in the world's best foundries, and built to order in the USA. Don't settle for off-the-rack disappointment. Elevate your game with custom clubs at direct consumer pricing. Exclusively at benhogangolf.com. That's benhogangolf.com.
Golf season is back, baby. Play the best rounds of your life with PXG.
I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing.
Visit PXG.com to see what we can do for your game.
I'm feeling groovy, so groovy.
PXG, you've never played like this before.
Sure, this is golf, but so is this, and this. And this is definitely golf. And so is this. Hey, that's not golf. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. And no matter what your golf is, you're gonna need a store. No, a superstore. A place to get fit for a new club and walk out with it the same day. A place to find the perfect fit. A place to do whatever this is. Because this is golf, and this is Golf's Superstore.
What would your ultimate golf experience be like? Just you and a friend? Or would you round up some buddies for a foursome? Just one day? Or an entire week? There's a good chance your ultimate golf experience could be Michigan's magnificent 10. 10 incredible courses set among 3 remarkable resorts. See for yourself. Book your ultimate golf experience today.
Hey, I'm golf broadcaster Matt Adams. You know, Hub's Peanuts has been cooking up the top 1% of peanuts for over 70 years. And these aren't your average nut. These are super extra large Virginia peanuts cooked in the USA. Family-owned Hub's Peanuts have more protein than any other nuts. So whether it's a boost on the course or a special gift, the variety of flavors guarantees Hub's Peanuts is just what you need. Family-owned, nutritious, delicious, and sustainable. Hub's Peanuts, it's just right. HubsPeanuts.com.
When you choose Newton shafts, you're choosing more than a product. You're choosing innovation, pride, and excellence right here in America. We pay attention to the minutest of details, and you can feel that in the performance of our shafts.
As we welcome you back to the Fairways of Life show from the PXG Custom Studios, you have never played like this before. Log on to pxg.com for more information. Danny Walker is a player that has been making a lot of noise this year. Cast your minds back to March when he asserted himself at the Players. He ended up finishing tied for 6th. He has won amongst the professional ranks only 20 PGA Tour starts, 4 top 25s. He's currently 91st in FedEx Cup standings, and you just heard us talking to Ryan about the importance of where you are in those standings. There's the 100 that will keep their card. There's the 70 after this week that will march on through the FedEx Cup playoffs, and there is, of course, the 30 that will make their way to the Tour Championship. Danny Walker, 66 Korn Ferry Tour starts, 23 PGA Tour Canada starts, 2 wins on the ladder at 29 years old, is joining us today. Danny, what's going on, my man? How have you been?
I'm all good. Just finished up in the gym and having a good day so far. Ready to talk to you guys.
Very cool. Andrew, would you take Danny in a wide shot there so we could show the audience where he is? So could you describe for us, Danny, where you are right now? Is that exercise equipment behind you?
No, I'm in some hospitality area by the clubhouse that looks a little bit like a bar. So it looks like it's set up for Margaritaville this week. So no margaritas yet this morning, but maybe on Sunday night, right? So hopefully it shows some nice color for the audience.
It's very cool, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I thought that was like a treadmill or something behind you to the right, but it must be part of the bar setup. Dom was before you came on the air. I saw this shot, and I said to Dom when we were in preview in the commercial, I said, "Why don't you have Danny take off his lanyard?" He goes, "No, why don't you ask him about that? Because isn't that what this is all about?
Mm-hmm.
People getting to know him. Does he need to wear a lanyard around so people know who he is?" How much has life changed for you since the Players? Are you getting recognized more, or is it still the core golfers that get to know you and see the ascent that you're on?
I guess there was a little bit of recognition like the week after, like living in Jacksonville, just because I think so many people go to the event in town. But since then, not a lot. I think maybe more of the guys on tour probably know who I am after that. But as far as like public recognition, it's not much has changed. Life's pretty much the same, just I guess bank account's a little better, which is nice. But otherwise life's good.
Yeah, to that point of the bank account, at the Players, if I'm not mistaken, the number I wrote down was 843,750-ish that you won at the Players. Its significance to your bank account, though, all kidding aside, what was it, a year and a half? You said that you had no money in your bank account. How much has that kind of changed life for you too?
Yeah, a lot. So early last season, like I didn't play well at the beginning of the Corn Ferry season last year on the international swing to start the year. And that part of the season is expensive, and I'd pretty much exhausted most of my resources. So I think I borrowed a little bit of money just to get me through about a month from my dad, probably like March, April of last year. I thankfully had a few good finishes there thereafter, and haven't had to do that since, which is good. It's a little bit of a humbling experience, at whatever I was, 27 at the time, having to still ask for help from your family, but hopefully I'm past that now and can give it back to them in the future.
How did it go down that you were able to get into the Players, and who did you get paired with in those first couple of rounds?
Yeah, so it was on Thursday morning. I got a call. I was already on property and gone through like a little bit of a body warm up just to get things started. Because when you're at first alternate, you got to be there ready to go from first tee time. So yeah, it was over an hour and a half beforehand, so I still had time to get some breakfast and get ready for the tee time with Jordan and Wyndham. Yeah, it was a little. I don't know, it was a little shocking at first because I wasn't really honestly expecting to get in. It's 50-50 at best, I think, when you're first alternate on Thursday, whether you're going to get the call or not. So, yeah, I was just grateful for the opportunity.
And what was it like playing alongside of two of the game's superstars like that in that kind of a setting? Did it have the effect of making you nervous, or did it have the opposite effect of kind of settling you down and going, no, I can hang?
The nerves were there for like the first tee shot. But from there, it almost kind of helped me settle into the rest of the week because, that was, as far as Thursday, Friday goes, like the first tee shot in that moment was probably the most nerve-wracking thing. So from there, at least the next 2 days, everything was easier, at least until maybe Sunday. But yeah, I think that helped. And having some experience playing with some of the bigger names and crowds earlier in the season, I think helped as well. Got a chance to play with Ludwig at Torrey on Saturday in the final group earlier in the year. I think that helped me for the Players.
If memory serves me, you made the cut on the number, right?
I did, yeah.
And then you went crazy in the weekend, particularly on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
So it was a little bit fortunate that with the weather on Saturday, that we didn't play in nearly as much wind on the front nine, and then it really picked up kind of towards the end of our round, and all the guys in the afternoon had to play in that. So I don't remember what I shot on the front nine, maybe 4 under, I think. So I was able to kind of jump start my round and find some rhythm that I could kind of maintain as the wind picked up. Because when you're starting your round and it's blowing 30, it's kind of hard to get your rhythm going. But if you can kind of get that rhythm going before the wind picks up, I think that helps. Yeah, so I went from making the cut on the number to being in like 7th place going into Sunday. So that was a big change.
Incredible. So when you find out that you get in, as you said, you'd already kind of warmed up the body a little bit. Accounts said that you kind of went to your car and took a moment of meditation. Did you get emotional at that point? Did it kind of hit you from a gratitude standpoint, or what were your thoughts?
Yeah, some of it was gratitude. I moved to Jacksonville back in, I think 2019. So living there and practicing at TPC every day, you're just dreaming of getting a chance to play in the Players since you're there all the time. And at some points you don't know for sure whether that's going to happen. So I was just grateful to be able to be playing, fulfill my dreams I've had since I was a little kid. So I knew it was going to be a good week regardless of how the results went.
It certainly makes sense, folks, that one would shed a tear, get emotional as their dreams are starting to be fulfilled. But it would also make sense that as they feel like their dreams are starting to be lost from their grasp, then that's another direction altogether. And that's a direction that this man also went down. When we come back, I want to ask Danny about that. I want to ask him about making a decision to step away from the game. that maybe being a touring professional was not what his destiny was meant to be, and then finding his way back to it. Back with more of the Fairways of Life show right after this.
I got ball fit in 2000 and went on a little run. Then Bridgestone fit me again, and I went on another run. I just got fit again for the new Tour BX. The ball fitting's been helping me. Will it help you?
What does it take to be an original?
Cam knows something about that. So does Chi-Chi, Charlie, and you get it. In 1955, we stepped onto the scene. Now a new generation of pros are wearing the most iconic styles in the game. The fit, the feel, the look. It's all an expression of you. Original Penguin. Here for the good times.
Innovation has been at the heart of every SuperStroke grip we've ever created, cementing our status as the #1 putting grip on tour. Now the best just got better. Introducing SuperStroke Synergy, our most advanced putting grips ever, for unmatched confidence to quiet your hands and your mind. Find the perfect grip for your game at superstrokeusa.com.
Independent tester Golf Ball Addict tested 100 of the best golf balls available and ranked PXG's 2 tour balls at #1 and #2, each scoring a 10 of 10 in performance, a 10 of 10 in durability, and a 10 of 10 in value. So what are you waiting for? Visit PXG.com or a PXG location near you to pick up your PXG Extreme Tour or Extreme Tour X golf balls for only $34.99 a dozen. PXG, you've never played like this before.
FlightScope Mevo Plus is the ultimate indoor and outdoor golf launch monitor and simulator. It gives you the club and ball data you need with the accuracy you demand. Mevo Plus comes with ownership of simulated golf courses for you to play and practice at home. Mevo Plus is an essential golf partner to help you improve and understand your game better. Put more purpose in your practice. To learn more and get your Mevo Plus, shop now at flightscope.com.
When you choose Newton shafts, you're choosing more than a product. You're choosing innovation, pride, and excellence right here in America. We pay attention to the minutest of details, and you can feel that in the performance of our shafts.
As we welcome you back to the Fairways of Life show, there's a little glimpse of paradise right there. Denny Walker is our guest. He is wasting away somewhere in Margaritaville. Last time we checked in with him, there it is in the background. So, Danny, tell us again where it is. How did you find this locale to do your interview? Did you ask like the sponsors if they had good internet there or something?
No, I was just I was about to walk into the clubhouse and just try and find a quiet spot, and I just looked over to the right. I was walking in and saw a bunch of chairs and a tent, and no one was over there. I was like, oh, that looks like a good quiet spot to do this. So I just came over here.
It's awesome. What are your thoughts going into this week, given your position? What's kind of the vibe and the feel on site?
I mean, for me, more than anything else, I'm just trying to get some positive vibes and some good momentum going. Like I've had a bit of a frustrating stretch the last 6 events where I feel like my game's in a pretty good spot. I'm just not getting results. So it's been a little bit of a test on my resilience, I guess, and just trying to make sure I do all the little things right to set myself up for a good week and hopefully just let the results come. A lot of good opportunities to make some good stuff happen this week. So trying to focus on that and not worry too much about the negatives of recent.
That's smart, to focus on the positives. In a broader sense of what you do as a member of the PGA Tour, Danny, how important is it to society to have PGA Tour players. What do you feel your role is?
I mean, I think that's something I'm still figuring out to an extent. I mean, hopefully this year a little bit of my story just shows that the road to success, the road to wherever you want to go, isn't always linear. I think most people have a sense of that, but hopefully, kind of my path shows that, and it's you don't have to be the most talented teenager or college player. If you can just stack years of hard work and progress and just keep getting better in whatever your discipline is, you can get to where you want to go.
What do you feel is a higher virtue then, talent or tenacity?
I mean, I would say definitely tenacity, but obviously you need a certain amount of talent to get to where you want to go. Some sports more than others. Obviously, if you're 5'3", you're not going to make it in the NBA. I think golf is a little more open to everybody. I mean, you do need some talent for sure, but I think it's more about grit and tenacity than a lot of other sports, which I think is what makes it great.
What caused you? I know it was some years ago now, but what caused you to step away from the game? What happened?
I just wasn't enjoying the work aspect of it. I think it's easy to enjoy playing good golf and having good results, but no, I just wasn't enjoying the work aspect of it. I didn't feel I wasn't feeling any sense of purpose in what I was doing, which is a little bit about what you just asked me about, like what do PGA Tour players give to the world, I guess. And I still think I'm figuring that question out. But I think through my time away, I knew that if I just kept going, I would figure it out as I went. That was like the feeling I had internally. So, hopefully I do continue to figure that out as we go.
I mean, you became a waiter, right?
Very briefly, yeah.
Yeah, but was it a thought that the grass is always greener and I'll take that gig, or was that a starting point? And what did you learn from serving people food and taking orders and find out someone wanted this sent back because it was overcooked? I mean, how did that change your perspective and bring back the gratitude for the game?
So that came about because I knew if I was going to try and get another degree, because that's what I was thinking about doing, was going back to school, I was going to have to financially support that myself. I was like, okay, let's see if I can, go do a part-time job and not completely hate it, see if I can actually enjoy it a little bit. And I thought doing something kind of in the service industry would be good, just to work on people skills some, just be exposed to, different people, kind of get out of my golf bubble a little bit. And I think it did all those things, but no, it was hard. It was hard work though, I think it makes hitting balls on the range seem a little easier. It's a lot easier to work on something, feel like you're working towards something than just working for a paycheck. So I'm thankful that I'm able to do that every day on the PGA Tour.
Very cool. If you had a 10 scale, where would you put your 1 to 10 scale? Where would you put your life right now on that scale?
Probably about a 9. It's not a 10 because it's always like, oh, it could be, maybe it'll be better tomorrow. Who knows, right? But at the same time, I'm pretty grateful to be where I am today. So, yeah, I think 9's about right.
Yeah, I think it could be a 10 this Sunday for you too, because we're feeling some good things and the vibes are very good. As Dom mentioned to you, my producer, when he was booking you for the show today, we always like to ask people about their sponsors. It's our way of saying thank you. Who have you aligned yourself with?
I think the biggest and most important one would be Titleist. I've been with them since high school, and they've always been always been there for me, always been supportive, even when I, was struggling to get status back on Korn Ferry and even the Canadian Tour several years ago. So, they never stopped supporting me, and I'm thankful for that. Another one is Primo Apparel. They've been really helpful to me the last few years. Even on condition, when I just had conditional Korn Ferry status, they helped me out. So I'm thankful to them for that. Another one's been Wilson Cadillac this year. They just hooked me up with a nice new XT6. So happy to be driving that at home. That's nice. And from a sponsor standpoint, those are the big ones. I feel like I should mention my parents as well. They're not necessarily a sponsor, but they've been my biggest supporters since I was a little kid. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Very neat. We only have seconds left here, Danny. What was your nickname in college?
God, I had a lot of them, actually. Let's see. One of them was the Ghost, which my friend Derek Barr gave me because I would just very quietly sneak in the rooms, I guess, and people wouldn't notice me. So he started calling me the Ghost one day. And I like to think that also means I can sneak up leaderboards without people noticing, but that's more my interpretation.
We're probably going to have to end it there, Danny, because we're just about to sign off the air. That was why I was asked, because I saw someplace that they called you the Ghost, and I was like, that is perfect for a guy to do just what you said, sneak up that leaderboard. Thank you so much for joining. It was good to see you. Good luck this week. Folks, thanks for your company. Bye for now.